even know what the fucking invasion looks like because you've been sucking the tit of Hollywood for your worldview since you were born. It's not D-Day. It's not bombs. It's a fucking sale. It's sale prices at the local Walmart. That's the charred bodies. It's trade. It's sin. Every time you fucked a drunk girl instead of getting a wife, that's a bomb. That's Agent Orange being sprayed over your house. People are obsessed about military, about bombs. Bomb. Dude, the power is money. It's sin. Okay? Walmart burned and destroyed more families and fucking businesses than all the bombs in the world. Okay? The China invasion already happened. Now you're just looking at the burning embers of it. And people are still looking, when are they going to invade? Dude, it's been happening since some of you, since before you were born. It started in big time in 99. These trade agreements. Guys, bombs don't do that much. I hate to break it to you. To be able to bomb just millions of acres, millions and millions of acres, it would be impossible. Impossible. That isn't a valid fear. The fear is giving up your small business, your family, for cheaper bullshit at Walmart to feed your fat fucking mouths. And that already had happened. It's already done. It's already done. That already happened. And now China got so rich eating at the fucking hog that was America. Now it's picking its bones like hyenas because they were willing to give their slave labor to their children to make our shit so cheap that we gave up our ability to make anything. We sold out our own businesses, sent them to China. Meanwhile, everyone's looking at the UN, slack-jawed, waiting for the bombs to drop. The bombs have dropped. Now it's time to build. There's embers of a charred country with no productive class, no skills, and a bunch of people so entitled and full of despair that all they do is pop pills and jerk their sad, limp dicks. And people are gonna look for an election between two fucking retards, hoping it saves them. You want to fight the deep state? You fight the evil in your own heart. Build. You can do a lot for yourself. God wants you to crush. You can save your marriage. You can have children. You can grow your food. You can have a great fucking life. If you act entitled and victim-y and angry all the time and always like someone fucked you over, you're dead weight, you're parasite. You have to grow your food. You have to have your own families. You have to realize that it's your job to create something better than what you're complaining about. And stop bitching. We made the Great Bear Trail in a few months. I'm an exiled comic in a fucking barn. What can you do? Start having a culture of accepting struggle, accepting that life is not given to you. That these privileges that are being begged for is the poison in their own families, in their own hearts. Nothing is going to change if you don't change the way you view the fucking world right now. The election will come and the pain will not stop. So when these retards keep their Babylonian dance going, do not give them sin. Do not beg for more Hunter Biden cock pictures and go fucking shoot strangers in the street that are probably doing what they're doing because they're in unpayable debt because of the last economic invasion. You want to be a warrior, you buy local, you support your neighbor, you have a ton of fucking kids, and you keep them from the death cult that is modern scientism, globalism. That's being a fucking warrior. Stop stroking and oiling your guns waiting for the UN to invade. Because Alex Jones told you to. Alex Jones has a fucking broken life, a broken marriage, addiction problems, and he lies for a living. He tries to get men to take pills so they get harder dicks. Maybe you shouldn't listen to that guy. How's that sound? All right, time for a couple letters.
Maybe you shouldn't listen to that guy. What happened to this version of Owen Benjamin? And I have somebody here who's qualified, because they're the ones that created this. They're the ones that made sure I saw this. And, I've never seen this. I've never, ever seen this. So you're getting my visceral reaction to this, but I'm just awestruck of, great speech, Owen, great speech. But what the fuck happened to this guy? Where's he at? What happened to him? This guy is long gone. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome Adam Camacho. Adam, how you doing, buddy? Welcome.
How you doing, Covert? Hello, everybody.
Man, I'm pretty impressed with this. It's I do sort of remember earlier, maybe I caught a couple streams similar to this, but I've never seen this one. And it's,
I put that together for him, and he showed it on the stream. And I even put the Norm Macdonald quote in the beginning. It's hard to watch that, man, because that's the guy that I followed. That's the one I said I want to be part of this, because he was acting like he really cared about America, how he cared about the real hardworking people and the people who were scared at the time. Because if you look at that date, that's right before the election of Biden, and that's during, like, in the heart of COVID. So
Yeah.
like, everybody's scared. And I mean, when I watched it, his performance is so good, like way better than House Bunny,
Yeah, and scene. I've never not said Owen Benjamin is not a great speech, giver. He can definitely give some speech, you know what I mean? And it's compelling. It really is. The music obviously gives it a whole different meaning, but I mean, yeah, and the thing, Adam, is I know that we've talked previous about certain things dealing with information and this level of understanding and Owen's understanding in October here of 2020 of that's clearly that the political scene is just a sham, and he was trying to warn people about this. And I understood through several conversations that this, like you just said, this was basically one of your first introductions into this side of information. And people call it truthers or whatever, but this is, I mean, everything he has said here to me, I've known for 20 some years. I started with Alex Jones in the 90s, you know what I mean? And I've lit Tom Horn and Steve Quell and Jordan Maxwell and Max Egan and The Hawk. And, I'm a talk radio junkie. And, so a lot of this information has been, Bill Ayers even, a lot of this information has been on the surface, subsurface, I should say, for many, many, many years. And,
yeah, but I'd never heard of that.
Right.
All those guys you just mentioned, I don't know who they are. Like, I was pretty much a normie who stumbled upon these things out of fear from Owen Benjamin. He was the first one that I heard speak like this and talk about those things. And he's so convincing that he's the one coming up with these ideas, you know?
Oh,
It's
dude, I
crazy.
can tell you he didn't. He's reiterating, even down to sitting and oiling your guns, waiting for the UN to invade. Like, that's Alex Jones. You know what I mean? So it's funny that, like, he's going to sit here and talk shit and, oh, Alex Jones is a broken, drug addicted man. Really, Owen? Really? Well, you seem to rely heavily on him, and you seem to rely heavily on his audience to continue the grift of Bertaria and to, try to continue on with the patriot pacification of the homestead and getting off the grid, and which, again, I'm not against, but at the same time, people need to keep it in perspective and understand, as long as you can be classified, you're not a problem. Okay, that's what it's about. That's why they call it patriot pacification. Just like constantly with Alex Jones. I mean, this is an information war on a system that you can be censored at any moment. You don't even know if your fucking comments are showing up on platforms. Oh, but don't do anything. Don't do anything. This is an information war. Really? Where? Oh, we got to go to X now. But I've showed you, and it's coming out more and more and more. There's people being censored all over X. So, again, though, Adam, it's like, what happened to this guy? Where's he at? This guy has been gone. He's overexposed. And see, right into the money. This is why you pay me. And the money has corrupted him irreversibly into a grifting hypocrite. In my opinion, that's my opinion. But like you said.
I mean, but also, too, if you look at the date on that video, that's right before the Trump election, and he turned a lot of us against Trump right before the election. Like, he acted like he was pro-Trump. He followed all of his talking points, and at the very last moment, he turned us all against Trump, and he pacified people. That's right before January 6th. He was pacifying people to not go, you know what I mean? Like, so, and then afterward, he's like, "See, I didn't get you guys in a honeypot on a list." But I mean, I don't know, man. Now looking back, I don't know. I feel like he had a bigger audience, and he really pacified a lot of people.
Oh, dude, absolutely.
Like, I don't know.
Absolutely. And it rings true with me, dude. Like, that's why I said over the last year, especially meeting you and everybody that's that were involved at the level, not maybe so much as you, but definitely other bears and things. And that's why I've always said that those initial guys were great guys. A lot of them were great guys. And, it's true. Maybe Owen was their introduction into that level of understanding too, or at least that perspective, and say, consider this, so he was your tour guide. He was your truther tour guide. And when somebody under duress, under trauma, that's why I can't give him a pass. I cannot. Like you said, we're 7 months or so into the pandemic. This is when it really started amping up, because that's when they're like, "Oh, winter's coming. Oh, what's the flu and COVID?" Like, they really started amping the fear up. I remember September, October. And so this is the height of his popularity. This is the height of the trauma. This is the height of the propaganda. This is the height of pacification. And look at him now, dude. He's an empty, hollow shell of this guy. Owen cannot, even if he could go through the motions one more time, it's not going to mean, it'll mean 0.001% of what this meant here.
Yeah, totally. I agree. I mean, it's insane. I'm just thinking about what you're saying. It's making my mind race in so many directions. I know so many good, ex-Bears, that are just, that they put so much time and so much money into this, and he disrespects that. Not only does he disrespect it, but he hates you for doing it. And it's disgusting. Like, I never donated to Ursa Rio, but I donated 3 years of my labor. I'm talking, like, I would work 24 hours a day. Not really, but I would work like all day, all night, to give him information, to give him, little promos, videos here and there, talking about next projects. Like, I was giving all of my time for 3 years, and that's, it's worth something, and
100%.
To turn around and shit on that the way he did. I mean, that is so Luciferian. That's so messed up that normal people like me and like the guys I know, Board Game, Woodshop, Camera, whoever, like, you don't do that to us, because there's going to be repercussions. We're not part of your little influencer, elite, rich kid fucking group. You know what I mean? We're all going to play along and enjoy the fucking clicks and the drama. We're not here for that. We were here to build. We were here to go against Walmart. We were here to do that, to be some kind of a resistance to the system, and you need to take that seriously. And he didn't.
Well, dude, I knew he was full of shit when he flipped out on that person in the chat one time who mentioned the USDA loans of,
Moon Jazz Bear. Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. And right then and there, I'm like, you motherfucker. Now I understand. It's not about empowering anybody. It's about pacifying them, using them, controlling them. And, the upper brass, I've called them, trust fund babies, stockbrokers, family money. They don't have, their joy is manipulation and controlling people, compared to the unwashed masses who was resonating with a message like this of hope that Owen and all of them took advantage of. See, that's the constructing difference. Don't shop local. Don't shop at Walmart. Well, okay. Tell me that, Owen, when I have $30 fucking to my name until the next payday, and I have to feed my family for at least another 3 days. You tell me where to shop. Okay, go ahead, buddy. Tell me. A guy who's never been hungry a day in his life, who's never not known what no means, and who's ever not known how to choose. He's never had to choose, or, I can't go without that because X, Y, and Z. It's never happened up until this point. Now it's happening. Now it's happening in real time, for real. And that's one thing, Adam, I definitely want to focus on in this. You're going to be doing a lot of the talking here, because the folks want to hear from you. They want to get an update. We're going to play some videos in this to give you guys some information on top of what we're going to be talking about. But you guys have not heard from Adam since it's been several months. I mean, several months. So there's a lot of information that you're going to be privy to in this Covert Radio broadcast. Please check the links in the description. There is an active lawsuit against Owen Benjamin. Obviously you guys should know about it. If not, please check the channel. It's on there. There's several videos that are blatantly mentioning the lawsuit, and it'll give you an overview of what it's about. But this is an update to that. This is an update on the movement of the case, what's been going on, and just the unreal warfare, the lawfare that's happening in the background. And again, there's not much that can be said about specific things, but Adam definitely wants to give you guys an update. We haven't talked to him. It's been too long. And
since last time we talked, we had the, it was all about the anti-SLAPP, right?
Yes,
and
yes.
So as a lot of people know, we won, he lost. And that was that's why I haven't been speaking too much, because I was like, okay, it's kind of delicate right now to see which way the judge is going to go. But I mean, obviously I was never a public figure, and it wasn't a public issue. And the judge said that. He said at the hearing, he said, Mr. Benjamin can't just make this a public issue by speaking about it. It was two private parties that had a disagreement, and one chose to go on his radio show and defame the other. And that's basically what I've been claiming since day one, what we've been claiming since day one. And we have everything to prove it. But so yeah, once that happened, right? Well, actually, before that, they came to us with a settlement offer, like on the eve of that hearing. And they made the biggest, it was the biggest, just slap in the face. I can't get in the details of it, but it was a ridiculous, threatening offer where they're like, we're going to win this anti-SLAPP. We know it. So you guys better accept this offer, or you're going to have to pay all of his legal fees, and we're going to come after your law firm. We're going to go after Adam. It was like the most threatening thing they could possibly do. Bad faith.
Absolutely. Absolutely bad faith. Good call on that. Yeah, that's, because really a lot of it is a negotiation. And we're going to go over some of that. A lot of it's negotiation. But again, I've tried in so many ways to explain this, not only to Owen Benjamin, but to anybody else listening. You cannot fool a judge, and you are not going to fool a jury with your wizardry. It's just not going to happen. And it's actually sad that you think there's a possibility of that, because the reality is anybody in their right effing mind, especially a judge, would immediately see that you're negotiating in a threatening, unfair, bad faith manner. And that is a very real circumstance. How do you think that's going to carry to the next phase of this? I just don't understand why they think they're going to push and bully you, Adam. Like, why? How do they? And I really think what it is he's so engulfed in his own lies and his own version of reality that he's so used to manipulating people that he thinks he's going to do it in a court, and it's just not going to happen. So go ahead. They made the settlement, or they made an offer, and it was they spit in your face basically in a very threatening manner.
Yeah, and then sure enough, we won. And when we won, right, I was like, okay, now he's going to get it, right? I was even, for the first time, I was praying for him. I'm like, I pray for Owen. God, please give him the grace, give him the love in his heart, give him the wisdom to just stop this charade.
Right.
Like, and just be like, accept what you did was wrong. Like, that is not right what you did on so many levels. And then, and have him come to his senses and come to the table and compensate me for what he did to me. And I see this next video clip that you're going to show. On the day that he loses, he comes out on his live stream and he seems to be somewhat of repentant. Not really, of course, but he's acting like, oh, I'm trying to be a better boy.
Yes.
And I'm also like, and you know what? You know, maybe if I lose, might be able to lose everything, my house. You know, and like,
oh, I remember. Yes, that. Oh, okay. Well, I'll play that clip. Yeah. I'll play that clip, Adam. I remember that. Because that's when he was like, and I talked to Amy in the biz, and it'll be fine if we live in an RV. If that's what it takes, I'll live in a camper in the woods, and like, fancy boy. Okay, fancy boy. Wow.
Because for him, that's a fantasy, but that's actually that's what he has bestowed upon me.
Yes.
Like you said, going to Walmart. I thank God for the Bar S hot dogs that are like, it's a pack of 24
I know,
for
dude.
$4. I can do 3 little barbecues with my kids 3 different days, so they don't feel the poverty that we're
you're
living in.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really, Owen? What?
Well, your mic cut out for a second there, dude. There was there was a digital delay for a sec. No, I got
excited.
Yeah, and kids love hot dogs, dude. You know what I mean? And I know, I know exactly those hot dogs you're talking about. Again, something, the fancy boys and the first class Rico crew, they can't relate to that, dude. They'll pretend that they can, and they'll bestow it on everybody as virtue signaling, but when your stomach's rumbling, and again, you have $30 till payday, or you don't see, and that's the other thing, Adam. And I don't, again, stop me if you don't want to, if we can't, or you don't want to get into it. Just say we don't want to get. I don't want to get into that, and we'll change gears. But to this day, very day, on July the 28th of 2024. You are still professionally feeling the unbelievable ripple effect of what Owen Benjamin has done to you in the professional realm, and dealing with jobs and dealing with interviewers and people asking you questions. Dude, he fucked you. And it's all documented. I have it all documented. I apply for jobs every day. And I'm talking like for the last 9 months. I finally get an interview with a company, a local company, and it goes great. The interview is great. The guys, like, we're head to head on everything. We get each other, and he even invites me to the barbecue, the company barbecue. And I sit there at the table with him and his wife,
and like he's all stoked because I speak Spanish, and it's just gonna be great. Next thing you know, he's not talking, he's not answering me. A couple weeks later, I'm like, hey, I'm ready to work. I've already started on this campaign, all this stuff, and that's it. He looked me up and it just went away. Then I got another interview finally, and I couldn't even get a job for the J.C. Penney photo studio at the mall because they're asking me about this case. And this is all documented. Like it's not like a, Owen's Lawfare games.
Right.
This is what I'm going through right now.
And this will be taken in front of a jury. This will absolutely be taken in front of a jury because, if he's that unhinged and delusional, again, these are my words, my opinion of a public figure named Owen Benjamin. If he is that unrealistic and delusional and just unable to recognize what he did. Listen, I'm a business owner. I've been self-employed for many, many, many years. And I personally have been through lawsuits with employee comp and people got hurt and okay. So here's the reality of this. I know what I do when I'm looking to hire somebody. The very first thing, and I've talked about this, I go to Google. I go to my systems that I pay for to do deep background searches and everything. But the reality is this: I will never hire somebody that has been accused of doing what Owen Benjamin has accused you of doing, Adam. And I'm not going to get into specifics, but he has marked you in a way to make it so much of a liability for a company to hire you. Because again, Adam, it's not your skills. We all seen the video we just opened the whole show with. It was you. You know what I mean? That's your edit, your music, or that was your composition. Forget that. Let's talk about the Bertaria commercials, the Ursa Rio shoot, building Bertar, everything you've produced and done, and the Noble Savage, your production, your direction, your creation. So your editing too, and your turnaround is so fast, your quality is so great. We all know it's not that, or at least I do. I have the eyes to see the quality, and I'm sure other people do too, dude. But the reality is we know that's not the turning point. The turning point is, oh shit, this guy's a liability according to X, Y, Z, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And dude, it's heartbreaking what Owen Benjamin has done to you.
But I have proof that's fake. Like I have there's an ex-bear, Perspective 96 bear, who is in Missouri, that I shot a video, a promo for his campground. And he's like, dude, you turned it around so quickly. We didn't need a contract. You did it. You sent it over. I sent you the money. That was fine. I'm just like, exactly. I did that for Owen and Sam like 60 to 100 times in 3 years. That's not the issue. But when he said it like that, and the amount of times he said it, the way that he said it, I mean, and his reach, it's made me. I'm gonna have to, like he said in one of his streams, your days as a director are over. That's what he said, and unfortunately, that's what I'm looking at right now. Like I have to get a job, whatever else job. Like I've applied for Home Depot, Costco. I don't care.
Right.
Like I haven't gotten it yet because it's also online. But I mean, so I don't know. Like I have to do something else. But it's a shame because I spent so many years and I doing this, and I know I have a knack for it. But
well, I mean, you got more than a knack, dude. I mean, you're technically skilled. You have an eye. You definitely have the composition, all of that. There's zero. It's more than a knack. But I think a lot of people need to understand too. Like, you have little ones, dude. You know what I mean? It's not just you worrying about what I'm going to eat or, what. It's not. You have mouths to feed, bro. Like and you don't have a P.O. box and a wizard daddy who taught you how to use weaponized rhetoric. You know what I mean?
Right. And I don't enjoy asking people for money like he does. I don't believe in chutzpah. So like, I don't get pleasure. I don't get pleasure out of asking good people for money and them giving it to me and then me hating them. I don't like that. Like the people that I have asked for money, thank God, about probably like 50 people or something that have been keeping me going.
Yeah.
But I really don't like that. It makes me feel bad. Like I want to offer them. So that's why like I want to keep doing these interviews, offer something to the people,
Yeah.
And that's why me and you have been working on these other projects about Britaria that we're going to show the people.
Oh, I can't. Guys, you are in. Please stick with us. Again, I say this a lot. Give me 5 minutes. If you like it, give me 5 more. But I'm going to tell you something. You're going to see something in this that's going to blow your wig back. You're going to see the first installment of a project of never seen before footage of. Well, we'll leave it there. We'll let it speak for itself. But you're gonna see the worldwide premiere of something in this video, and
Sweet.
but here's the thing, Adam. Oh, he's changed. Remember, he's changed, and I think I'm learning, guys. I think right after the anti-SLAPP, I'm learning from this. Remember what a fancy boy, and I think I can adjust to this. You know what? Let me play that clip, dude. Hold on a second.
Sweet.
Let me see here. Yeah, fancy boy is hat in hand, but yet he's destroying Adam Camacho and his family's entire existence. Said he would do it publicly. He's doing what he said he would do, but now he's changing. Okay, let's see. Let's take a look at this here.
Whoever you're blaming is the authority. Now, someone can commit a crime. Someone can do devious behavior. Someone can do negligent behavior and you can fall in one of their traps and blah, blah, blah. And of course, they're still guilty of that. I'm not saying that you're responsible for everyone else's sins. It's that if you take accountability for just being in the situation, or whatever you did to contribute to it, you will improve and you don't offload authority. And I've improved on this in the last few months because I've been in a situation that has been wildly crazy, like expensive, tedious. On the surface, you could see it as completely unfair, like nuts. And I was given the offer mentally, spiritually, of saying, woe is me, this is so terrible, I am being attacked. And I chose not to. I said, well, what did I do? How did I bring this upon myself?
How? Jesus, Opizio, this is such an introspective for fancy boy. I don't know. What did I do? Oh, you mean minus the myriad of racial slurs, accusations, false statement, lies, derogatory comments, threats. You mean minus all of the several hours of that, Owen? You don't remember what you did? How did I bring this on? Dude, this shit makes me sick to my stomach. Dude, it makes me sick to my stomach, Adam. Oh my God. Wow. I'll hit play. I don't know how much more I can deal with. But yeah, keep in mind, this is June the 12th, last month. And this is right after he lost the anti-SLAPP. That he was so sure they were going to win. So sure that you better accept this spit in the face or I'm taking you, your law firm, your attorney, and everybody down. Threat, bad faith negotiation, complete fucking insult. And now it just a complete 180. Well, what did I do? How can I be better? You're not talking to a jury yet, Owen. Save it.
And you can always find something. And then when you look at that, you can then improve upon that. You can say, well, what about my behavior brings these situations in my life? What can I do in the future to not bring these situations into my life? And I think
not promise a utopia. Well, no, that's the next law. Oh, never mind. That's something down the road.
It's funny because it's like he never knew how to be a good person. Like he's like, what is it? What is it? What can I do to, like, what am I learning? It's like, what?
Yeah,
We
this is
all learned this. We learned this when we were kids. Like, not to treat other people like shit. Don't lie about people. Don't steal their crayons. Like, we all learned that, Owen. Where was Mama Jean?
oh yeah,
You
right,
know what I
dude.
mean?
Well, she was giving IQ tests and telling smart boy over a sponge bath how smart he was. Um, that's true. Most kids developmentally learn that, or they're trying. They should be taught that at a young age. But introducing free will and greed and narcissism and a myriad of other things, a lot of those foundations are erased. Because you know what I mean. There's a lot of one-time good girls that are now on OnlyFans, and these are girls that, you know what I mean. They've had a solid foundation, solid family, but enter greed and Louis Vuitton and $1,000 jeans and veneers and a facelift and Botox and fake hair and all and boob jobs. Introduce all that because they want to be a social media star. They'll do anything to get money. So there goes the morality. There goes. And see, Owen, he destroys, or he attempts to at least. And this is his track record as well. He eviscerates anybody who speaks up against him. So what he did to you is a pattern that he has done over and over and over and over and over and over again. It's provable and it's public and it's published. So this is all fake. There's no introspective here. And what this is licking wounds out of his ego has been destroyed because he knows that everybody's going to find out that he lost the anti-SLAPP, and he was shaken into reality of what this is and what's about to happen. But again, I just can't understand why he doesn't understand that you really believe you're going to fool a jury. You think you're going to stand, or your attorney is going to stand in front of a jury while there's a myriad of information, video, subpoenas, discovery, text documents, and it's all being made public, or it's all being made part of the case in a court of law. How are you going to explain all that? You're trying to figure out to be a better man, Owen, right?
His lawyer was parroting Owen's talking points to the judge. He was saying things about like he says about Ye. He's like, Mr. Camacho was working for the most famous black person in the world before this happened. It's like, what does that even matter? Like that, but that's straight out of Owen's mouth. It's pathetic.
True.
Like he made that. His lawyer made such a fool of himself repeating Owen's manipulative talking points.
That is true, dude. I didn't even look at it like, yeah, you're right. And plus, like, I'm not going to mention names specifically, but one thing that also stands out is when the lack of decorum and respect for the judge. And the judge is like, no, how do you pronounce your name? We don't go by first names here, sir. This is a court. How do you pronounce your name? And he's like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. So, I mean, it's comically sad. It really is, because again, though, when you're dealing with multimillionaires and people who have never had to want, like an attorney or like an Owen Benjamin, I think they lose focus of reality and what's important. And that's, again, I can't believe they're going to allow this to go to a jury trial, because it's completely over at that point. It's over at that point, because you know why? Every one of those 12 people will be hungry. They will know what it's like to be poor. Their jaws will drop when they see what you've said about Adam and his family and his children and Pampers. The women will cry when they see what you've done publicly. You, Hollywood superstar, Owen Benjamin. Fuck out of here. And now you're going to have a come to Jesus moment. Boy, I don't know if I can play this, dude, because It's all
No,
surface.
it gets better, dude. It gets better.
Oh,
He
I
starts
know.
talking about he
I
starts
know.
talking about losing his house and how it's okay.
Oh
Like everything
yeah,
is so inverted, Luciferian, like cope. It's
yeah,
insane.
yeah. Let me hit. You know, hey, dude, if you want me to stop, just yell stop, and well, I'll stop. All right, here we go.
One of the things I can do personally is I can be arrogant and defensive. And I even wrote this on Twitter. I said, I've been too defensive and arrogant in the past with people who don't understand me. I'm working on that. I can also hold a line without humiliating the weak. I apologize because arrogance is actually weak. One thing that I've done in the past that I don't need to do is humiliate people that I feel wronged me, right? And so I will go to war. I will like really hammer somebody that might be significantly weaker than me, mentally, intellectually, whatever. And I don't need.
Which is everybody in his life, because when you're dealing, and I'm not saying 100%, I'm not diagnosing anybody, but hypothetically, as somebody with an extreme narcissistic personality disorder, an unchecked ego, and fancy boy sucking on lollipops, everybody's a dumb idiot. Everybody he comes into contact, he's above. And
Yeah,
also,
I mean, do you hear how he starts acting like he's actually self-reflecting, but he says attacking people that don't understand me, or humiliating people that
are weaker.
are emotionally weaker than me, or intellectually weaker. Like everything, there's no how do you say it? Like there's no humility.
There's no humility. That's why I mean this is such shit. This is all fake. It's all acting. And even if he, like you said, Adam, a normal human being would not approach an emotionally characteristic flaw with a systematic analysis of how can I do better? Like putting it on a whiteboard and brainstorming and being like, asshole. Now, how could I stop being an asshole? Subsection A. 1, two, quit taking, 3, not sleeping less than 8. Like, what human has to take a systems approach to being a human?
Yeah.
Somebody who doesn't have a soul. Somebody who doesn't have empathy. Somebody who's a fucking an off-the-chart narcissist. That's who.
Who's been living a lie. Who's been lying to take people's money for so long.
Dude,
and the only people that are left around him are the ones that just enable him and are using him or whatever it is. Like everybody with character that tried to speak to him honestly and kind of help guide him, and the whole Bertaria cult was destroyed.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no questioning the king. You off with your head, off with your head, off with your head. And plus too, dude, like I said, over my estimation, $1 million in cash, about $1.5 million, $1.4 million in 70 acreage in 2 different states. None of it is developed. They call it a campground. They fundraise for 4 years now for a campground. There's not one single water fountain, not a port, nothing. But yet there's constant construction, constant improvements, brand new houses being built on his 10 acres. How do you not understand the reality of what he's done? So when when you're able to manipulate, and I've always said he's robbed tens of thousands of people, and those are my words, because, and I'm not even getting into this. I'm not going to continuously repeat myself, not here with Adam. This is too important to hear him and his perspective. You know what I'm going to say. There's no way that he does not have this you cannot control the ego, what he's done to tens of thousands of people and gotten away with. He walks on a brand new drive, unemployed, mind you, completely unemployed, no income, no job, no income, nothing, building $1 million estate, and there's desolate land that he's supposed to be building a campground on for 4 years. But you're the idiot, and he's got to learn how to treat people who are stupider than him, who are not as emotionally advanced as he is, right? The insanity is unbelievable. It's unreal. It's unreal. I'm going to hit play, bro.
To do that, and it's not even like worth the joke. It's just like there are better ways for me to handle that. And if I want to go down that road, well, then backlash is something that I'm bringing to myself. And I promise you guys, if you stay on that line, you hold authority and you also can live a great life, even in times that would really buckle a lot of people. You know, and I had to, like, I'm learning this stuff out of necessity. I'm like, I could either be the stressed out, victim-y, blamey, worried, angry guy. And this happens all the time. I mean, everybody knows people like that. A lot of people have had dads like that. And I look at my kids and I'm like, am I going to be the dad that thinks the world is against him, that things are unfair? And because, like, you know, if I were just to explain this story from my point of view, it sounds crazy. But, like, why is it? Why? What am I supposed to learn?
Please do that, Owen. Please. And I'm not going to elaborate. I want to hear your view of this story. But what's funny to me is you already know that it's fucking insane. So what is the problem, sir? Like, what is you know it's insane, but you will not, that's your perception. But you act like it's an anathema. It's not. I figured it out. You're not a Rubik's Cube, sir. You're not an anathema. You're not. And whatever you think you're going to manipulate people with, though, my version of this, it's not going to work. It's not. But I'd still love to hear it. Go ahead.
Learn from this. Like, what am I, like, what's the growth of it? And the only way to get to that point of like how can this benefit me is when you take authority. And guys, I'm telling you something. Ever since I've started doing this, and it's like a habit now of taking authority, like how did it lead to this? Did I not see a red flag? Do I have to be so mean? Do I have to, like, humiliate?
I think he's confusing the word authority with responsibility. But see, you notice that that's
so weird though. The word authority is so, like, it's just it just reeks of Sam and the hadith.
That is his ego too, bro. So you see it again, this is nothing but bullshit because he can't even say the word responsibility. I need to take responsibility. I need to take authority. Wow, that's his level of ego, dude. That is his insane level of ego. But I thought you're going to do better, Owen. But you're going to take authority of it. Okay, buddy. Okay.
People. I've been seeing way more shit, way more truth. When you start taking accountability, those things just they just leave you alone. I get more blowback now, right now, from like the lower, like the animal type people, like the people that are permanent victims and all that, than I do the quote unquote elite. And I have gotten a lot of blowback from them. But that was when I think they registered me as hostile. Like I didn't understand what service they were providing. And now I kind of feel like I do understand it, and I've gotten a lot less blowback.
Oh, my God.
Can you believe it? And now I'm animalistic.
I had a great talk with my...
Yeah, animals speak out against Owen Benjamin. And now that he's been able to wrangle that and understand it and see their use, See, everybody serves him. So,
Right.
no matter what you say, now it's a use for him to use how he sees fit. Just like the Gammas. That brilliant move, Owen. Yeah, sure. Now, all you have to do is say Gamma, and all your Bear Cult members know exactly what you mean. And you can discount anybody. That's another Tavistock move. That's a CIA textbook move. Just like conspiracy theory, conspiracy theorist. Same thing as Gamma. All you have to say is conspiracy theorist and tinfoil hat. Everybody knows what that means. You could say, no. I have the map to the Holy Grail. Okay, tinfoil hat. And then you immediately, with those 3 words, tinfoil hat, you immediately just lost about 35 to 50% of anybody's engagement. With those 3 words, tinfoil hat, because they've been able to manipulate people that you're above that. You're above that. You don't believe in conspiracy theories. You don't believe in that tinfoil hat. Let me get my tinfoil out. And then everybody shuts up. They're like, oh no, tinfoil. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, he has the map to the Holy Grail. Yeah, right. Yeah, tinfoil hat. Okay, where are we going to drink tonight? So Owen has adopted that. He's adopted that CIA tactic, Tavistock tactic, but he calls them Gammas. It doesn't matter what somebody like Covert Radio says. All he has to say is Gamma, and for the Beartards, boom, they disconnect. They're like, Gamma, okay, we don't care what you say. It's an attack on Daddy. Brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, how do you think I was able to go and monitor Reddit for 3 years and not and kind of like glaze over the posts and not see it, like because that programming was so strong. That Gamma thing, I was like, no, they're Gammas. They're crazy. They're crazy. They're not us. And like I was able to still see and that was a big question that Shadow Beast was asking me, Shadow Beastie.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, how could you have been paying attention to us so long and not see it? And I'm like, all I can say is those Tavistockian tactics work.
Yeah. Oh, 100%, dude. Owen, listen, man, Owen knows what he is doing. He knows what he's doing. I don't know how he knows. I don't know. That's why I've said several times, this is a spirit. This is a spirit working through him. Because I almost want to believe that nobody is as wicked as he is. But circumstantially now, in a year under my belt and meeting great people and you and others, now I really believe he really is this wicked, with spirituality working through him. Because it's the same spirit. The spirit do not leave this realm. Spirits do not leave this realm. Principalities, specifically. They're always going to be here, but they're just looking for host. This is the Jonestown Massacre spirit. It's the same frequency. And it resonates with a very specific conductor. It resonates with a very specific receiver. And they are here, and you were a part of it, and you were part of that frequency, Adam. Like I said, you did not have the ears to hear. Your introduction into this level was through him. So when somebody is able to break your, that's why Alex Jones always says the tip of the spear. Absolutely, he is the tip of the spear. 100%. Alex Jones, with his laced information, with his pre-planned war plans for 6 months, 8 months out. Oh, Alex Jones was right. Of course he was fucking right, because he has the plays. But he is the tip of the spear because he is the one to first break your blood-brain barrier. And it starts with that. It starts with the influx, the information flowing in, whether you want it to or not. You're being bombarded with it. And it's desensitizing you. It's normalizing what's about to happen. So when it does happen, you don't freak the fuck out. So And that's why they show it on TV. That's like the build up to 9/11. In retrospect, The Simpsons predicted it, and it was in this show, and the Terminator, caution, 9/11, and this sign and that sign, and it's all subconscious. It's subconscious programming, and it's
There's so many similarities between him and Alex Jones. It's almost like as soon as Alex Jones lost he became kind of a meme, and he lost his truthfulness or his effectiveness. Here comes Owen Benjamin, and he's on Alex Jones with him.
Mm-hmm.
He knows the people there, and all of a sudden it's like a new Alex Jones, but it goes even further. Like he'll say these words. He's not afraid to talk about this and that. It was like a more extreme version of that, and he served his purpose for like 3 years or whatever it was. But now his effectiveness is now fading too.
Right.
And he's also getting sued. Like it's a weird thing, just the way that things are playing out, right? It's
Dude,
like there's a timeline for these guys.
They
have a use for them, and then they're just discarded, or I don't know if they're repurposed or what happens.
Well, what they do, dude, is they start, really it is like you said, they use their they run the gamut. And then they introduce an Elon Musk. And then they introduce a Tucker Carlson. So Tucker really is the new Alex Jones. Even though nobody for some fucking reason will embrace the fact that Tucker was, and it was not put it this way. Tucker's dad was in the CIA. Tucker tried to be an asset in the CIA. And I'm throwing up quotations, he wasn't accepted. Okay, first of all, he's born into it. Second of all, you don't fucking think that that's his position right now. He's controlled opposition. He's the one that's actually giving you the information, but by the time it comes out of his mouth, it's 6 months too late, or it's 3 months too late. So they've made the transition, and Owen Benjamin fits in that narrative. So they knew. Okay, so once we start the censorship, then everybody's going to splinter out. But we have to control that. So we got to get the Sneakos and this. I don't know Sneeko. I just threw his name out there. God bless. I don't know him. I don't know what he does. But I know he's an influencer, and his name gets thrown around a lot. And Fuentes. And Fuentes' job is to make sure more censorship happens on Twitter. I see the whole playbook. But I'm telling you, Owen's position in this, Adam, you're not wrong, dude. You're not wrong. They all peak and they fade. They peak and they fade, but there's always somebody else there to carry the lit torch. And Owen, now there's so many little burning torches, but all I'm going to say is this: promo code Shapiro, right? Promo code fucking Shapiro, right? So
everything he said, yeah.
It doesn't matter. Because promo code Shapiro, that's all you need to fucking know, Bears. That's all you need to know. What don't you understand?
Everything he says is bullshit. He said he would never do promo codes. He said, you know what I mean? That thing he said he doesn't go to, that thing he just did, like, I'll don't go to Walmart, that old video. Now he's doing videos outside Walmart. He's admitting he goes to Walmart. Like
he never not went, bro. He never went.
There's nothing there. There's no. He stands for nothing. But I don't know.
Yeah, well, dude. The reality is he's overexposed.
Right.
That's why
It's like he's like worn out his welcome, but he still wants to stick around. It's like I'm sure they're telling him like, dude, just stop while you're ahead. You got all that money from all your listeners.
Yeah, he can't though, bro. It's now he's gonna lose it. Yeah, now he's going to lose it because now his actual, even another faction of a nightmare is coming true. And you can introduce people like Devin Stack, and you can introduce people like Josh Denny. Actually, I have a clip we're going to play here in a moment of of Josh.
What's that?
You want to watch that now, or you want to finish this one up?
Well, did we even get to the part where he says about losing his house?
No, not yet. We're halfway through, so yeah. Well,
this is hard to get through with you,
I can't, man.
I watch your videos. You can't get through like 5 minutes to Owen, not even a minute.
Dude, if I was by myself, it'd be an hour in, and we've listened to Owen's voice for 2 minutes. So, But no, we got a lot of Owen under our belt. But yeah, we'll get to the point where me and Amy and the Biz are gonna live in a van down by the river.
My wife yesterday, man. It's all about family. It's all about knowing what to be grateful for. Because I do get like some heavy attacks, and some people want to destroy everything and take everything from me and all this stuff. And it doesn't really affect me much. But every now and then I'll look at my property and be like, you know, people want to take this from me. I'm like, I'm planting trees and I may not even own it. You know, and I've accepted that that's a possibility. And Amy's like, yeah, but wherever we go, we'll be good because we have each other. You know, we could live out of a RV and just travel. And she means it. I mean, she's like, when you brought us here, we're living in a barn. That was hard, but we made it beautiful. And she's like, the reason...
He cannot stop lying. even the pictures of the barn have been online almost since day one. The loft, the kitchen, the living room, the living area.
The greenhouse. He didn't build the greenhouse. Some other dude named, I forgot he even said his name. Some other dude built the greenhouse. I mean, we've seen this guy in action. He can't swing a hammer. He can't do anything.
What you mean this guy here, dude? Here, wait. You mean this guy? This guy, the savior of Western civilization, right? This guy right here, the savior of Western civilization. Here we go. Yeah, this guy. Yeah, here we go. Wait, let me take it back. Here we go. This guy here.
Where's the handsaw?
Wow. Battery's going to die there, buddy. That's a 3-second cut.
I didn't get it all the way. I don't know how these.
Ugh.
Oh, thanks.
What is that? Is that a zum zum?
Don't worry, he's got a pencil behind his ear.
Oh, he's playing the part, dude. Stage.
The other side's like kind of like, oh god. Oh, okay. How did that happen? I have no idea.
Dude, did the prop? Because I know the prop guys are in another.
Yeah, they were at lunch.
Well, yeah, they still the trailer. The prop trailer was open. That's a rubber pencil behind his ears, guys. That ladder in the background there, that's all foam rubber. You know, remember, this is Ursa Rio, and and we have Adam Camacho on the line. We have him on the show.
I shot this.
Yeah, this is the guy who shot this video. This is the guy, you guys know, who created the... Let's put it like this, because again, this is part of what we're going to show you here, the surprise that we're going to show you. But let me frame it like this, and I'm not framing it. What I'm doing is I'm just giving you perspective. Imagine this. Imagine Adam putting this video here, all of it, and there's more than this. Imagine this going into anything pro Owen Benjamin or pro Bertaria. Now, did you just see how this entity was trying to saw? You immediately could tell he has never held a saw, not a power saw, not the zoomy, a hand saw. He has never held one in his hand in his life up until this point. Okay, so here's the way I'm going to put this. Imagine this. There's the Bertaria that you saw that's online, that's being used as a commercial, that I've said Ursa Rio was nothing more than an $80,000 movie set that's been abandoned. It served its purpose. It had a bunch of guys there that never touched the zoomy, and Adam was in charge of making it look like we're building the dream. But here's the reality of this. the amount, there's two Bertarias. I'll put it that way. There's two Bertarias, right, Adam? There's Bertaria the dream.
There's the Bertaria in your heart.
Yeah. There's the there's the Bertaria that's the dream in your heart, and you can have this too with the beautiful scenery and music and drone shots that you guys see now that's published. But there's another Bertaria that only Adam Camacho has seen, and the people that were physically there saw. So what if you guys get to see that in a multi-part series? How about that? Yeah. What do you think? And maybe we're going to preview the very first installment, or at least give you guys a little taste of the real Bertaria and the real reality of this situation. Am I talking out of school here, Adam?
No, I imagine me showing up to the forest and seeing all these beta cucks who've never touched a tool in their life. And I'm coming from Hollywood, where for 20 years I was in a union. And at any moment, my job was to like build platforms for actors, for cameras, for dolly track, for cranes. Like we had a full truck full of lumber and, circular saws, band saws, everything, screw guns, drywall screws, bolts, whatever you need. Like it's at our disposal. And we at the drop of a hat, we got to build it. So I know how to use tools, but I'm out there with the camera. I wanted to put the camera down and help these guys because it was so embarrassing. I'm like, that's why I was shooting. I shot all of it because I'm like, I can't believe this. Like, I really can't believe this. And like you said, I cut it all out to save
please God, give me something I can use. Somebody, please. Does anybody know how to hold a saw? Hey.
No, there were some guys that did. In their defense, like Great Odin's Raven and his dad, like they knew what they were doing. Of course, Crushington knew what he was doing. There was a handful of guys, Kai Bear, another guy, that came in there, and I mean, thank you to them, something got built.
Right. Right, dude. Yeah, absolutely. Because then it would be literally a useless movie set. Something had to have gotten built. Even though I've said from day one, the second I looked at the fairy huts, that was all eye candy. They're death traps, and they're not going to last long whatsoever. They look cool, coolish, I guess. But I mean, if you're looking at Better Homes and Gardens or, whatever, you're trying to sell this dream to women too. Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, would I sleep in one? Hell no.
No.
I think that, there's a lot of bears and moose out there. A moose could push the wall over, like as you're sleeping, like the Kool-Aid guy, and just like, just as you're sleeping, you're gonna get covered with cord wood and stomped on by a moose. It's like, dude, no way,
bro. Yeah, because mind you, too, guys, I showed you in one of my last videos. I pulled a map up. I made a custom map of where Ruby Ridge is in relation to where the original 211 acres fundraising drive was for, in relation to where this piece of property is. And this property here is, you could see Canada from a hill. You know what I mean? Like, Canada is not too far away. It's like right almost on the border.
And I've been to what you're saying right now. I've been there, like, because I went to where they say Ruby Ridge was to shoot with my drone, and they won't tell you exactly where it is. Yeah. And there's a road you get to where it's chained off. You can't go up there. And then other people like Brandon from Vertac and other people claim that that's not where it really was. They claim it was like right where this camp is, like a lot closer to Ursa Rio than they say.
And that gave me chills, because it's like, it just makes me sick that he tries to make the locals not wanting another Ruby Ridge like it's a non-issue. Again, this is somebody who's delusional, who doesn't understand the impact that the Weaver family had and what the FBI and ATF did to that family in that area. And, because of that, there could have been way more federal oversight. Like, they don't fucking want that there, what you're bringing, sir. They don't want the heat. They want to live. Listen, it's not a dream for them. It's not a movie set for them. That's going to be landlocked into zoning, and you knew would never get commercial clearance to have whatever the fuck you were trying to sell people, and did sell people for, again, my estimation, close to $750,000 you raised. You spent $80,000 on this, a few thousand for some wood. All these guys brought their tools. They all brought their own equipment, right? I think who said this? Somebody said this recently. They came, or maybe it was on the AMA, where they're like, day one on the build, they were thrown some shovels and some pickaxes and say, get to work.
Yeah.
Until one of the guys brought their skid steer or something, and
because Excavator Bear was supposed to show up earlier. Something happened. He drove all the way from California with his excavator.
Damn.
So they waited for that instead of spending money. So like they wanted guys. They basically dug up those first cabins. They dug all of that up, and that was a lot of work. Like it took.
Yeah, look at the land. Look at the rocks there, dude. That's dry, hard soil.
Rock all through that. The roots. I mean, it was hard work. I mean, I didn't do it. But I was watching, and
yeah, I can see right there at the base of that tree.
Yeah.
It looks like a big cedar tree or maybe a pine tree or something. But yeah, that's hard soil.
I think it was Crushington that said that, because he was there, and it was a lot of work. And then Excavator Bear showed up, and he went up top and started moving stuff around, and he did three different spots, like within like a day or two. Where like they were taking forever, because the first time I was there for like almost a month. It was like 3 weeks. And also too, a funny thing is that Sam told me that when it first started, he's like, yeah, we're probably gonna have like 75 to 100 people show up and be working out here. And I'm like, really? And it was, sure enough, there was like 7 dudes. Like maybe like throughout the whole few weeks, it was like 20 people that came in and out, locals.
You're telling secrets, Adam. Uh-oh.
No, I'm telling you, like, and either Sam just made that up or people just didn't show. Like, I don't know which one it was, but I mean, now I wouldn't put it past Sam to just say he made so many promises and claims to me that he ever meant to keep or hold up, that it could have been fake. But it was definitely interesting, man.
and dude, you figure, like, here's this guy, Excavator Bear, driving from California. It's his gasoline, his miles, his vehicles, his wear and tear. Was he reimbursed? Probably not, because you're building the dream. Then it's his diesel, it's his equipment getting beat up, it's his knowledge, his skills. Because Owen didn't want to go to a local rental, heavy equipment rental place and pay for a skid steer $300-400 a day. So make one of the cult members come and spend their money, right?
Right. No. He did get paid, I think. Well, they told me he did.
Okay.
They told me he was getting like a certain amount per day. But like also too, like in the beginning, Owen's whole thing is like, this is going to be great. We have no plan, and we're also going to be mixing all the cement by hand, and I'm going to carry buckets of water all the way up. I'm like, he has no idea how hard that would have been. It would have taken like a year. Like, so luckily somebody said, no, we get cement trucks with a mixer.
Yeah.
And that's the way you do it. And luckily that happened, but he had no idea what that would entail at all.
Well, let's watch real quick here the couple minutes of I can't get over the way he when he
Did you show the part? I can't see. Did you show the part where he's sawing from underneath?
Yes, that's what I just rewound it, dude. That's what I couldn't stop laughing.
Keep going. It's hilarious.
Pay attention to the savior of Western civilization, Owen Benjamin. Here he is.
Okay. So, yeah.
Here, actually, I'm taking it back. Right to the zoomy. Here it is. Watch it.
Where's the handsaw?
Here, watch this. right here, watch this. Oh my
I can
god.
get it out of it. I don't know how this is.
Oh, it's not scored. You got these.
Oh, thanks. Try this. The other side is
Cook it.
Oh, God.
Just cook it.
Okay. How did that happen? I have no idea.
Imagine how I felt. Like the guy in the beginning of the video that's the guy I thought he was, like saving us. And you get out there and you
Oh my god, my stomach hurts, dude. My jaw hurts so bad.
and I don't know the part you're looking at, but that's the guy with the helmet on is Jay Bear.
With the vest and the earplugs and
yeah, he shows up with a helmet and a vest.
Oh,
and like a belt.
Yeah,
and
grandma.
He'd never cut a 2x4 in his life.
Yeah, grandma bought all of that. You be safe, you be safe, you be safe.
And he's over there holding the wood for daddy, like he's holding the wood down. Even though like the cut's at the very end of the wood, you don't even know when to hold it. But he's over there.
Dude, I can't. My jaw hurts so fucking bad. Like I've never in my life seen somebody try to cut it. Who would try to like from underneath, and he like it just got him nowhere.
My dad would have smacked the shit out of me if I was doing that.
Oh my god, dude. He could have bent the saw. He saw could be a piece of shit. And who knows who's again? Are you gonna buy him a new saw? Probably not. Well, it's not him. It's not his money. Oh my god, here we go, dude. Like I gotta take it back. This might be the
more.
Dude.
More.
I know, but it's just this might be the whole screenshot. Here he goes underneath. I don't know. Kick it.
The other side is like kind of like, oh, God.
Just kick it.
I have no idea.
Okay. That's Sam kicking it. That's his number one imam.
Almost. I mean, guys, really look. This is a 3-inch cut, and we've used a power saw, now a hand saw. We've kicked the board, and we're 3 minutes in, and still have not made a 3-inch cut.
No, this is I think it's an 8-minute video, and I think it's 3 cuts.
I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it.
No, I'm telling you.
Yeah, so there's old boy there with his steel-toed boots. He got his cargos on. He got an axe with a leather sheath. He got his gloves,
yeah,
his helmet, and his vest. I think earplugs, maybe. All right, here we go.
There you go.
Oh my God!
Gotta get that out of there, though.
He still left a little chunk in there.
I might be able to just use the. I don't know. There's just like a little corner in here.
I call
when
it.
you punch it in, Jordan?
No.
What are you guys doing here? What's the plan? What do you need me for?
We're basically using.
I said, Jordan, please help these guys. They're blowing it up there.
Yeah, he come in like a boss, dude. He was like, "What do you got? What are you doing?" Yeah, so he was like, yeah, he definitely he looked a little disgusted, if I'm being honest, dude.
He didn't want to watch. He walks away. He didn't want to be part of this.
That's powerful, dude. I mean, guys, again, there's 2 Bertarias. There's this that you've never seen before, and what you're going to see here in a moment, the first installment. And then there's what the dream is, which has been published that Owen continuously sells. Unbelievable.
To create the rafters, and then we're going to put the rafters up there with the other ones, and then mount the main item on top. Allegedly. Could it be?
Can you say that again?
Yeah.
Oh, so
So
you better be saying that for the camera. Because you're telling me that we're going to put the rafters like, yeah, I know all of it.
Really?
I know exactly what we're doing right now. I need to know exactly. Well, no, what's next? He says, what the
Genocide?
fuck is this guy doing?
Jesus. What is this?
Wow, man. The vernacular, the whew. They're just repeating daddy. What is this? Genocide?
And then he said, "Oh Jesus!" Yeah, everything he said came out of his mouth was all.
Yeah, it's Owen. This is a Owenite right here, dude. Wow.
Yep.
This is why I wear a hard hat, okay? Jesus.
All right, so no, Jay, what I'm saying is, what are we doing right now? What needs to be done right now? I understand that they made a template and we're transferring it to a jig.
Okay.
These ones are making cuts. Is what
Making
we're doing
cuts.
now.
Yeah.
That's what
Owen's hiding behind. There's an alpha that comes on the scene. Owen runs and hides behind the ladder. Literally, he's like, he don't know what to say, dude. He's like looking in the air. He's hiding behind the ladder, like, oh.
That's why I called Great Odin's Raven, because he finally walked away from the wood, and I went down there. I'm like, please come and cut these boards for Owen. And that's when he went up
God. And that's such nice lumber, dude. You know what I mean? But like,
No, and this is when lumber was a sky high. You remember?
Oh
the
yeah,
price of
that's
lumber?
right.
This is when it was freaking so fucking expensive, man.
Yeah, dude. And what are those 6x6 beams, man? That's fucking $500 a beam. Holy shit. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's not his money. It's not his. Who cares? It's probably cedar, dude. I mean, but the reality is they could have fucking sourced all that lumber on the land. You have 10 acres that's wooded, right? There's plenty of pine.
Not just that. Great Odin's Raven brought his mill.
Oh my God, dude. Oh my God. So they could have sourced. That makes me sick. That makes me sick, dude. And I mean, you could even have rented one for the price of 2 of those beams. Even if he didn't bring his mill, he could have rented a mill for a week or 2 and sourced 15, 20, 30 of those 6x6s off of, I see the trees right now. They're right in the background where Owen's standing behind that one cabin or whatever it is. And, you know, pine grows straight, dude. It looks like, is there a lot of pine on that property?
I think so.
Yeah, it looks like some cedar back there, a lot of pine. Dude, those are, yeah, those are all straight trees, man. There's fucking thousands of dollars of free wood there.
Yeah, and he's got that on his 10 acres of land. He's got a lot of wood out there.
Well, I'm not giving any ideas, but, you know, there's also that. Man, I'm not even saying anything. Unbelievable, dude.
Cut some shit. Let's do it.
Cut this year.
The one that says Pat on it.
Oh, son of a bitch. Now I got to not cut stuff? Which ones?
Cut the one that said Pat. Oh, yeah, that's right. Don't hand me the one that said Pat.
I'm cutting beams. Come on, let's go fucking back to work. God dang, man. You got 6 guys here. Somebody cut. We're gonna go mill up our last 8 beams.
Look at my lines. These lines are great.
Like, say it again.
Look at my lines. Perfect. Well, I'll cut these. I'll cut them. Give me the shit.
You're what, sir? Excuse me? What? You failed once. You disgusted a guy so much he walked away. Give me this dummy. Dude, whose side by side is that? Do you remember?
Jordan brought one.
Yeah, it's like all camoed out. Okay, I just wondered.
Yeah. I think that's the Great Odin's Raven.
Okay. Oh, did you guys see that? Look, this is a 6-inch cut, and it's like a half-inch off the mark. He can't even cut straight, dude. I'll cut it. Oh, fuck it. Just get a new board. Just get a new one. Wow. Look at that. He's a half-inch off the mark. Oh my God, chipped. Looks good.
Solid.
Solid.
Yeah. That's it.
Shouldn't those be touching each other on the ends? Yeah, they should, but where'd it go?
This is so hard to watch, man. Oh my God.
But your side looks pretty good.
Ooh.
Sweet.
Sweet.
It's the hand now.
Use your hand now. Yeah.
To you.
It's gotta be, it's gonna have a piece of wood in there.
Oh, there goes the pencil.
All the way across.
Right, but where the two connect.
This is painful.
Dude, I promise you. Is there more? Because it's hard. It's hard to watch, man.
We could stop now. We don't have to watch the whole thing.
Yeah, dude, I'm fast forwarding. I'm looking through here. Looks like some beam raising, and I'd love to see the mess that would have been. Dude, what's funny to me is I promise you, this is the most work he has ever done in his life. Look how uneven these cuts are. I just noticed that. Yeah, look at my mouse. You guys see that? Look, here's the mark. He's not even at the right angle. So the pitch is going to be off. The pitch. Or, it doesn't matter. Yeah, do that to a whole set of, do that to a whole row, Owen. It matters, believe me. Nobody's going to see it. I'll just erase it. Unbelievable, dude. Uneffing sadly believable. And again, this is who you've given close to $1 million to. This is who you've entrusted over 70 acres worth of land to build a utopia dream that's not even has a garden hose on it to get a free drink of water. Unbelievable sadness. But again, we're going to jump right back into this. Where'd we leave off, dude? We were watching the...
We were going to show Denny.
Yeah, let's take a look at Josh Denny. Give the guys, or not the guys, but give the listeners a little overview of who Josh Denny is.
Josh Denny is a comedian who Owen got into a spat with on Twitter. Last week or the week before, and he gave us a shout out about the lawsuit. So I was pretty stoked, and talked to him a little bit. Seems like a great guy. Looked into him, and he's part of he's on censored TV just like Owen is, but he's been there for a long time, and he was actually part of the whole spill the beans thing with Gavin McGinnis, where Owen attacked him. I remember Owen had attacked him back then too, and so it's seems like a great dude.
Yeah,
he knew Owen back in the day, back in Hollywood, back in the stand-up days too.
Yeah, and this isn't just a nobody, even though, he's not mainstream. A lot of people haven't heard of him, but he's paid his dues. He's still in the trenches. He's still in Hollywood. He just did a comedy special. So, this is somebody who has paid he knows a lot of people in the industry. He knows a lot of things. And I think potentially that's why Owen would rail against somebody like Josh Denny because of what he does know and what he has potentially witnessed and seen over the years in Owen's heyday, in his old stomping grounds. But yeah, let's see what Josh Denny had to say about the lawsuit here.
Yeah, and his podcast is called Big Uglies, and it's with his co-host, who's also a comedian, Carl Spitali.
I'll link their podcast in the description if you guys want to go over and check him out and sub to his channel. That'll be right in the description here down below. Let's take a listen.
And declare it as a statement of fact, and then also declare and instruct your viewership to intentionally try to harm my business and career with that information. That's clear-cut defamation. That's why you lost your motion for dismissal in your case right now, is because you're a fucking idiot and you don't know the difference between me going, hey, if you talk about my body, I think that's faggoty, is not the same as you going, this is a fact about this guy,
Right.
and go to destroy him for it. I mean, that is going to get you sued. And what bothers me the most about it is you're now being published by my fucking friend's company, right? You're on Censored TV that's now owned by Anthony and Gavin, Compound Censored. You're going to get my fucking friends sued talking shit about these other left-wing or politicians or public figures because you're too dumb to know the difference between going, in my opinion, or allegedly, you go, this is a fucking fact. I know it to be true. Go get his family on the internet. It's like, bro, you are turning my friend's company into a fucking target for frivolous lawsuits, and I'm just going to tell you to stop doing it.
Yeah, it's funny too, because this fool is like, can you believe no liberal has fucking sued me? And Josh Denny threatened to sue me. I go, yeah, but what we also said, what is not defamation, is you losing that fucking motion that you spent $100,000 on to basically say, hey, let me get these fucking LA lawyers to try and
Dismiss this case.
to try and push out these fucking farm town podunk people, and you lost. And it's public record, and people can look it up.
Yeah.
And now you'll go on the internet and
by
be
the way,
like, none of this shit is
that's
true.
why he blocked me, because when I discovered that he was being sued by a former bear, and dude, it's like, I'm telling you, when you start to go down this rabbit hole of like Reddit, because this is the difference between he and I. When people tell me that somebody's doing something scammy or shitty or whatever, I'll go research it. I'm not going to just jump on my stream, start talking a bunch of shit, having not researched anything. So I looked into the case. I looked into the guy. I looked into the other people that are supporting him. I looked into the Reddit. I spent a day going through it and going like, wow, is there really something here? And there is.
Yeah.
And anybody else can do that research that they want themselves. But like, bottom line is you can think my special sucks. I can think your special sucks. The guys who made mine are not suing me for defamation. End of story.
Yeah.
Right? That's it. So it's just like,
Or failure to pay.
right, or whatever it is. I don't know what all the shit is in the
Yeah.
fucking, what all the filings are at this point,
Yeah.
right? I just know what the initial complaint said, and and then I watched the hearing for the motion for dismissal, which was denied.
Yeah. And it's
So-
like, you can look the things up
Yeah,
and it's documented. Whereas, and it's like you said, Red Bar, dude, to his credit, is not going to post things on his show and be like, this is an absolute fact. He's very,
he knows how to word it.
yeah, and he's very smart about saying like, oh,
He's also got a
apparently,
two-page-
allegedly.
He's got a 2-page disclaimer at the start of the show all the time. That's like, this is all parody. We're making fun of everybody. This is this.
Right.
We don't claim.
Dude, great dude, man. You can just tell. And he's on point, man. He's on point. I wish more people were like him, for real. On point. Like that is there's nothing he said. It's undeniable, man. It's undeniable.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people go after him, like, because the Red Bar has been attacking him for so long. But I mean, I talked to the guy. He seems like a really good dude, and I see what's going on with all these people who claim to be about the truth, claim to be censored, and I see that Owen claims to be that, but he isn't. Like, and Josh really is, and that's why he has to go after people like Josh, because Josh will go on stage and he will say these things that Owen claims that nobody will say but him.
Right.
Where Owen just goes and says it in front of his cult, and he doesn't respect the craft. He doesn't work on his jokes. Where Josh actually stayed in LA. He fought the good fight. He made it through and helped other comedians get through the lockdowns and stuff. So like his existence shows how Owen is a fraud.
Yeah, that's so, dude. That's so that's so insightful. What you just said. That is so poetic, almost. It really is. It's like, Josh Denny only his own existence and his work and what he does every day, every few days, every weekend in the clubs, it only underlines what a fucking fraud Owen Benjamin actually is. And it's so true, man. Like, it only underlines what a fraud he is. Because, and what was that one guy's name? He had passed away, who originally found out that Owen canceled his own show and then said he was canceled. That show in Las Vegas or something.
Davy Crocco.
Yeah, Davy Crocco. Yeah. So, there you go. It's like,
I mean, R.I.P. Davy Crocco. Like, he's one of the original quote unquote gammas, that Owen had to attack because he was exposing what Owen was doing. And I had no idea because, like I said, you're the programming.
Yeah.
But after something, when you see it with your own eyes, he's attacking you. You're like, what is going on? And you go to Reddit and you go through the rabbit holes. And I helped Josh Jenny go through the rabbit hole. I'm like, this is this is that, this is this. And he's like, wow, because once you see that it's a fraud, like all the chips fall, like all the cards fall. It's a castle built on sand.
yes.
And it's just one thing after the other, and you realize his whole origin story is not real. Like his whole being poor, being censored. He cancels his own shows. He wipes his own channels. And it's the more you look, the more you find. And that's what I do. Like, I investigate, I try to find the story, and that's what I've been doing for the last 9 months while building the case, is actually doing investigative work with all the awesome people on Reddit, all the awesome ex-bears who've been helping me, and some other people, and like you, of course.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's, Texas Goat, Liz, like all these people that, we are a network of people that share information because we want this madness to stop. It doesn't feel good when you get, the wool pulled over your eyes. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good when you get attacked, when you get, defamed, and he has been getting away with this for way too long.
Way too long, dude. That's so true, Adam. And I mean, when Worldline SA pulled the plug, which is they were the parent company of Safer Pay, which was the facilitator. They terminated everything with unauthorized. That right there should have woke him up. That should have. But see, again, he immediately went into victim, like he says he doesn't. He went into victim and then pay me until you can pay me again. And once they reestablished another offshore payment processor, then another dose of reality came in that nobody gives a fuck anymore, Owen. You've lost your credibility, sir. You've lost it. So I'm going to play a quick clip here, Adam. Speaking of, just like your lawsuit advice, Owen, shove it up your ass, sir. Let's take a listen to the, acumen of Owen Benjamin dealing with lawsuit and his advice. And is this a threat, Adam? I kind of perceive this as a threat, but we'll listen to it. We'll let the folks decide, and then we'll comment on it here.
For those of you that don't know, the Homestead Act is how much can someone take from your house? And every state has a different amount. Florida has the best law. That's why a lot of people that are facing big civil situations like O.J. Simpson and Trump, they love living in Florida because they can't lose their house in a civil case. Some states are not very good, but every state's different. I don't think Trump's burying his ex-wife on the golf course for sentimental reasons. Legal battles suck too, but my advice with legal battles are just let the professionals handle it as best you can, and just trust in your lawyer, trust in the system, and just whatever is going to happen is going to happen. And try not to just keep thinking of scenarios in your head, or, think that this is when faith really helps, is when you think that like all your future is in the hands of a judge, your future is in the hands of a lawyer, your future is in the hands of a narcissist. It makes it really hard to function. So, your future is in the hands of God, and what's going to happen is going to be okay no matter what. And that guy, your dad, her husband, is broken. It's like dealing with a diseased coyote. It's try not to take it personally. And just know you can never change them. Nothing you say is going to be registered as logical, reasonable. You can't have a conversation. You're in different worlds. You're in different worlds. You're in different realities. And lawsuits can drive people crazy if you think about it a lot, or you just think that a person, like somebody, your future is in someone's hands. All you can do is tell the truth, be diligent, follow the rules, be honorable. The legal system is all about honor, and it's all about telling the truth, even though people.
What? Oh boy, there's pages and pages and pages and pages and pages of telling the truth, right? Telling what fucking truth? Oh, I forgot. In the beginning, you said, if I tell you my version of reality, it'll sound crazy. No, Owen, please tell us your version of how this went down. Because you're even my opinion, sir, mine, Covert Radio. You're even misleading your own attorney for failure. Just like I'm not talking about it. I won't talk about it. But yeah. What?
This whole thing, just the fact that like I realized that his letters were, a lot of them were possibly fake.
That's my point.
This is like a letter from some lady who needs legal advice. Just a week after he just lost, and he's got to like, indirectly address me or the case or whatever it is to get it off his chest because he can't handle it. He's like he's losing it. I mean,
that's the exact reason I'm playing this, dude. Because again, I've said this before. Oh, Sam, did you write that one? Oh, hey, who wrote this letter? Another letter from a bear. Dear Jesus, disciple God, like Owen is Big Bear. Please, sir, abide me with your time. Hello. Like, who the fuck is writing this? And if somebody would write me a letter like that, I would be terrified, number one. But you're right, Adam. 6/18/24. Right several more days after a devastating anti-SLAPP loss. Devastating.
No. And this is when I am praying for him. I'm like, please, like, realize that we don't need to keep going down this road if you just come to your senses. And he seems like he might be. And then he hits me up with the hardest discovery interrogatories you've ever seen, as if he is suing me. Like, I'm talking like, that's another reason I haven't talked much. I've been working on this case, man. Like, I had a lot of work to do for discovery, but it's insane. I'm like, he is worse of a narcissist than I thought he was. Like, a lot of people are like, well, is he really like this in person? The way that he is on his stream, like how he's not self-aware. He's egotistical. He's narcissistic. He is 10 times worse in real life.
He's wicked.
And that's what this case is showing. It's insane. Like, the things that he was asking me for were insane. But you know what though, Owen? That you just piqued my interest for what I'm going to ask you for. And I've already got all of that.
My hand hurts.
Shout out to Alan Powell. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. Roger, X1718. Oh, he's on a rooftop, dude. He's
Yeah. Yeah, we've been working on this. Me and Alan Powell go out to lunch like all the time and work on all this stuff and get it done because, like I'm not rich. I don't have pay pigs, so I've got to work on it on my own. And then I've got a great deal worked out with my lawyer where I could just pay him monthly a certain amount that gets it done. He thought that he was going to just burden me with these costs to where I would buckle.
Yeah.
But he didn't count on the fact that I would get a lawyer that is very disgusted by what he's seen. And he is a righteous man.
Amen.
And so he's working with me and I won't buckle. Like I will keep this going and pay my lawyer a decent amount per month for however long it takes.
Amen, dude, because there are people, Owen Benjamin, there are people that believe in justice. There are people and believe in bringing people like you to justice. And there's people that believe in recouping the loss and damages that is bestowed by somebody as wicked and unempathetic as you are, sir. And I've said this from day one. Oh, this is no case. This isn't real. No debate. Well, okay, so here we are. I mean, and then you see the discovery that was public, or I'm sorry, the anti-SLAPP that was public. So I mean, here you guys still don't believe this is moving forward, and the reality.
A lot of people do now. Like everybody, a lot of the naysayers are on board now, and I'm getting a lot more support.
Yeah. Well, I've said that since day one. There isn't a magic attorney that's not that, you know what I mean? An attorney would not take this case unless he saw the case and what it was about. And like Josh Denny said, Owen, his perception is Owen figured, I'll just hire a high-priced Hollywood attorney and we'll bulldoze these farmers out there and I'm not going to mention counties, but we're going to we're going to bulldoze them. Hollywood's in town.
Yeah.
That's not what happened. Because guess what? Again, there are judges that believe in justice, Owen, and like Adam just said, you got an attorney that's willing to work. He wants to bring justice to this situation, and however long it takes, and if it's going to go to jury, it'll go to jury because. Well, I'm not going to talk about it. That's not my position. That's not my position to talk about anything like that. But I'm just saying, like, I don't know what you don't understand. I really don't. It's amazing to me that that you're willing to risk. Let's just leave it at that. But like you said, Adam, the reason I'm even playing this is because clearly. This is a pre-written, prearranged letter of somebody who just miraculously needs law advice from Owen Benjamin, who just several days ago got his ass handed to him in a anti-SLAPP case. So,
yeah, did he say the part about bleeding each other yet?
No, we're getting to that right here. I'm going to hit play.
Yeah. People get jaded about it and cynical. Sometimes it's because people act out and they get angry and they're emotional and all that. And the legal system doesn't like that. But the negative of the legal system is it's basically what they take is two people that hate each other. And they say, how much do you hate each other? Bleed it in money. And as soon as you're done bleeding, sit down and we'll negotiate a settlement. And neither one of you is going to like it. One of you has an idea of what you want. Another one has an idea of what you want. We're going to find something that you both hate because you're sick of bleeding. And I know that sounds cold, but that's literally better than killing each other.
That's
a perverted vision of the justice system.
It's crazy. I mean, that's what he believes. He's bleeding you, Adam. This is an attack. He's causing wounds. He's bleeding you. Adam has to take care of his family, Owen. Adam has mouths to feed, sir, and he doesn't have $1 million that he grifted off the public and sitting on another $1 million of equity in free land, sir. This ain't about fucking bleeding anybody. This is about righting what you've done and paying for the damage you've caused him and his family to the point where he can't even get a fucking job because of you. What kind of a fucking lunatic looks at the legal system as, it's just warfare. It's just warfare, bleeding people, and just throwing money at high-powered attorneys in Hollywood until we all buckle and we're broke, and then we just come to the table and hate the... No, sir. No. That's not what this is. I don't even know if I can... Whew, man, I can't take this demonic Luciferian wicked motherfucker.
And that's the good thing about the legal system is it's better than just people just savaging each other and taking the law into their own hands. But that's what it is. And so if you have like hatred towards the guy or resentment or anger, that will be used to draw out the process, cost you more money, cost you more pain. Stand up for yourself. Like, I'm not saying to give him everything because he's a psycho, but hurting him doesn't matter. He hurts himself more than you can ever hurt him. You know, like you're not in the same realm. Like what hurts a normal sentient person doesn't hurt someone that's that narcissistic.
He's literally talking about himself, dude.
100%. 100%. Who else could he be talking about?
Himself. He is literally talking about, and there's the separation of the king syndrome. You're a piece of shit peasant, and we operate in two different realms. I'm sorry, this imaginary bear and whoever this guy is, they operate in two realms. Wow.
That leads us into to our video, doesn't it?
Absolutely. You want to drop it now, dude?
The humiliation ritual.
Oh, you want to drop it? We'll do it.
Let's do it.
We'll do it. All right. Here we go. Let me close this. First of all, you guys, this is the worldwide premiere. I should have had fireworks. I should have had timpanis rolling. I should have rolled my timpani in here. But yeah, you guys are going to see. This is just a little taste of a...
just a trailer.
Yeah, just a trailer. That's all this is. And, I kind of explained this in the beginning, but like, I'll just leave it at this. There's two Bertarias, you know what I mean? And there's miles of digital tape that had to be Adam Camacho, like a surgeon, had to go in. And could you imagine how painstaking it was for him to have to sit and watch hours of zoomy and sawing a board upside down and up front? Can you imagine what he had to go through and sift through and get rid of and ignore and just to get to what could be a convincible dream of what you guys have seen? We're gonna give you a little different perspective. Here's a trailer of a big project that's coming up. I want you guys to take a look at this. Here we go.
I'll just give like a little intro. So everybody, this is the footage that Owen wanted so bad. The footage that all of Bertaria wants to see. And we put together our first episode of the docuseries of the Owen Benjamin deception. So this is a premiere, and
yes, here it is. Here we go. Let's hit play, and again, worldwide premiere, Owen Benjamin deception.
I'll just kick things off right now with an email I just got from my mom. She just said, everyone was changed by this weekend. You got to see that I am a comedian. You got to see that I did let people throw tomatoes at me, that the people are this high quality. The crowd was so present and so high vibrational and I actually could look at the crowd and feel like I loved them. It was euphoric. As someone who's been lied about and slandered a lot, it was euphoric because I don't think that those lies will work like they used to.
For all we know, there was a powwow between Mommy Daddy Owen and Daddy's doctorate level knowledge of political science and rhetoric and God knows what else. He is now disarming, and he's, through catharsis, detaching himself from all of the narcissism, the king syndrome, the elitism, the I was raised a millionaire, the I don't care about anybody, I don't give a fuck about you, I'm robbing people, this isn't real, I'm a great... He went through a ceremony. He purposely knocked himself down to the level of everybody standing under that tent. Google gobble, one of us, Google gobble. I get chills, dude. Woo! Wow. Wow.
That's it. It's the first Covert Radio Film Grain Studios collaboration.
There you have it. The Owen Benjamin Deception. That's a little trailer for part 1. And like Adam said, you know, there was some stuff there. It's what people's been wanting to see, right? Well, you're going to see it until a judge or a jury says until they say otherwise, you're going to see it. Bro.
Yeah, and these are our opinions, right? We're allowed to have opinions.
100% of a public figure who's one of the most volatile, widely known, and you can ask anybody from the ADL, the SPHC, you can go on in Media Matters and on and on and on. Ask a myriad of celebrities, ask Joe Rogan and Crowder and people who have worked directly with him like you have. And it's bizarre. Everybody comes up with the same conclusion, but it's all a convoluted, wicked symphony by the end of it. And the only common note in that song is Owen Benjamin. So yes, we're allowed to have our opinions, Adam. We're allowed. And again, unbelievable, dude. It gives me chills, man. Watching that gives me chills, and I cannot wait for the multi-part series, part after part after part after part, and the reality of what this is. Dude, I mean, we're at 2 hours right now. Any final words for the folks? It's been way too long, dude. It's been way too long since we've talked like this.
Yeah, we could share so many more videos and ideas, but I just want to say thanks for having me on again, man. Thank you for all of your support. You know, I don't know how any of this would happen without you giving me a voice. You know, it's not as big as Owen's voice, but at least it's a voice, and it's somebody telling the truth and putting it out there for the people, for them to decide.
Amen.
You know, bro. So everybody out there too who's listening, thank you, and thank you for your support, your prayers, your donations. We feel it all, you know, and if you want to support, go to givesendgo.com/StopOwen and follow us, Stop Owen on social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, and thank you, everybody.
Yeah, I'll have that. I'll have the Give Send Go link in the description right right near the top there. You guys can check it out. But everything that's been that's able to be made public has been made public. There's been full transparency on this side. You cannot say Owen won't even tell his own supporters what's going on. How bizarre! Like, one day I'll tell you. One day maybe I'll tell you. Like, it's so bizarre. There's nothing but transparency and openness and honesty and, asking for a group effort here. If anything, pray. Or the prayers help. I mean, Adam and I pray a lot. We've had sessions of prayer that's that have honestly have had unbelievable results. I gotta say. Yeah. There's been a couple times where it's like, wow. So God is on our side and the Lord Jesus Christ is on our side. And I would want nobody else in our corner other than you guys who have the ears to hear and the eyes to see and are vibrating on the frequency of what we're doing, what this is, and if you clearly understand what this is about and what this lawsuit is about, and bringing this wicked entity named Owen Benjamin to justice and what he's done to a good guy and his family, and that's the guy we're talking to, Adam Camacho. Adam, thank you, buddy. It was great, man. I can't wait till our next update. I mean, this is a good solid 2 hours we did here, and it was great, bro. It was great. It was great. I want to again just say one last thing. You guys check the description. There's a bunch of links in there. We'll link Josh Denny and everything, and the Give Send Go and a couple other things. Subscribe to all the social media. Until then, this is Covert Radio, brutally honest, fearlessly unapologetic talk radio. You guys take care. Have a good day.